And I'm live wearing new glasses. YouTube community, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Renee Ostertag, nervous system ninja, physical therapist, and psychotherapist, tuning in from the state of Colorado, the city of Denver, the country of the United States of America. Where are you tuning in from? Today we are on part 4 of a 6 that is going to turn into a 7-part series. So I see a lot of people here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. Am I available to you auditorily and visually? There's lots of people here. I'm really excited. Before I continue on too much, I want to make sure, can you hear me? And can you see me? Ooh, sweet goodness. I hope you can. Yes, I freaking love it. I'm a little out of focus. It might be my glasses, Toby. Hi, Brian. I'm glad you can hear me and see me. Is anybody having a hard time seeing me because of a lack of focus? It could be 100% my energy. I've been a little scattered this morning. Paisley, it's good to see you. Hi, hi, hi. I just really love the engagement of this growing community. So please receive my sincere thanks and gratitude for you being here today, whether you're tuning in live or later. It really means a lot to me that you're here. Oh gosh, is this camera going weirdo again? Solomija, hello, thank you. Solomija says I look great. I wish I could say the same to you. I mean, I can, but I don't. I'm sure you look great on some level. I just can't see you, which is the biggest bummer about this YouTube live community. Oh, Awana, hello, everyone. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Choom on in. As you're tuning in, chime in. Where are you from? And if you want to, what is your halfway to birthday age, my friends? I turned halfway to 90 this month, and my dog still has his happy birthday bandana on because I'm taking the month to really contribute to anti-victimization of aging, my friends. Like, we're all going to get older. It doesn't need to suck all the time. We can bring some fun to it. Yay, Brent, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sincerely, your comments are welcome here. I get a lot of emails from all of you. I'm doing my best to keep up. I'm not a great emailer at baseline. So please know if you've emailed me, you are on my radar. It means a lot that you emailed, and I will get back to you. So, without further ado, today's YouTube Live is the 21st YouTube Live, which in the United States of America is a legal drinking age. So maybe does that mean I can start drinking on my YouTube Lives now because I'm officially all grown up with my 21st YouTube Live. So if you are here watching today or later, thank you for taking a part of this monumental development day where I officially turn YouTube Live 21 episodes old. It's an exciting day. Exciting, exciting. We have some dog treats and we have a dog. Life is better with a furry companion. Marcus, would you like to come say hi? Oh, Marcus, hi, come on up. Come here, buddy. Ooh, he needs a breath mint today. It's kind of a good thing you can't hear him. Smell him, actually. You don't smell him, you just hear him. Come here, baby. Come on up. Oh, look at this boy. He's so handsome, right? There's his happy birthday ribbon. You say hello to the YouTube crowd. Yes, hello. He's sending lots of love and hugs. And we'll do a little quick treat. Marvelous Marcus Mondays. Brian, every time you say ninja, we all take a shot. How about that? I love that game. The more we can bring laughter into the freaking hellish moments of life, the better things go. I'm going to say more about that another time. But seriously, the more we can shorten the distance between tears and laughter, the better. So while we're all healing from whatever we need to heal from, grab your shot of orange juice or whatever you want to put in it, and let's say ninja. Marcus, up. Let's get you in this camera and let's show off your impulse control. Here's a treat. Here's my dog. He wants it. Leave it. Oh. And he's looking to me. He's waiting until it's time to take it. Take it. Oh, look at that. You know, this dog teaches me so much about how to navigate a nervous system. And I'll say more about that another time. But when it comes to the nervous system inside of you, it's a beast, right? It's primal, it's an animal, and there's beauty in that, and there's difficulty in that. And Marx's nervous system has taught me more about my own nervous system. And the more I understand the mechanism, the positive intention, the underbelly of the working mechanics of my own nervous system, the less I make it wrong, the less I suckle. Struggle and suffer. When you put those together, apparently you get suckle. So Marcus is a good teacher because I'm taking a masterclass on how to do dog training. It's a different species. We have to learn how to communicate with a different species. Your own nervous system is like a different species. And the first important thing to learn with a dog or your own nervous system, trust and respect is what leads to love. So the more Marcus and I trust one another and respect one another, even though we're different, the more that will lead to an authentic, sustainable love. And I think that's true in our own nervous system. The more we can trust it and respect it, even though it's different and oftentimes doesn't make sense or follow logical rules, if you can trust your own nervous system and respect it, it will lead to love, which leads to healing. Yes. Solo mi hija, like children did. Yeah, many ways I think raising a dog, raising your own nervous system is like raising a child. And many of us are reparenting the inner children, which does lead to today's content. If you were here last week, we talked about the rescuer role. The 2 weeks before that were the victim role and the creator role. And today we'll be talking about the role of coach. But if you were here last week or you watched it or any of the weeks, victim, creator, rescuer, what I would love to hear, are you learning as you apply these concepts into your life? What are some ahas that you've had? What are some takeaways? I really do encourage you to type your comments in the chat, live or later. Because I love reading them and it gives me inspiration, but more importantly, for you, when you type it out and have it witnessed and seen by a community of people, by other people, it helps you learn it deeper and it helps you heal. So, what insights, ahas, discoveries do you have about your own victim role, creator role, and rescuer role? Yes, solo mija. Yes. I say yes to all of them as well. I suffer less when I can have space in my psyche for all 6 roles to play instead of just 3. Victim, rescuer, persecutor. That is a recipe for trauma drama in your lives, my friend, and chaos in your health and well-being. So let's expand together from rescuer to coach. Today, we're talking about coach. I'm going to give you a brief introduction as well as recap the rescuer from last week. So, the idea is you shift from the disempowered triangle to the empowered triangle. Victim, rescuer, persecutor shifts into creator, coach, challenger. I think in some ways it can be easy to get caught in a little bit of an either or trap with that. I need this or that. And then if I don't shift and I have some victim, rescuer, persecutor showing up, that inner persecutor will beat you up. It'll beat me up. And so the either or, I want to just invite that we make enough space in our awareness and on the screenplay of our lives for 6 roles. They can all take turns playing, but this isn't an either or, it's a both and. And today we're going to talk about the coach and how it can help support the rescuer and making space for all 6 to play together instead of just trying to shift from rescuer to coach. I refer to this document here. Y'all are quiet this morning, my crickety friends. What are your insights? What are you learning? Ninja, did you take 3 shots right there? Because that's the game today, apparently. I should take a shot of my smoothie. It might not, probably won't make me buzzed or high because there's nothing in it. Oh, Toby Gibbons. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. My focus on negativity is coming into awareness right now. How I do stuff to fuel negativity and then trigger myself on purpose. Oh my gosh, Toby, what a beautiful witnessing of the characters inside your psyche that are fueling nervous system circuits and driving behaviors. Fairly verkeerd, Owana, get the shots. I'll do it with you. That could be a really fun day. Maybe not today. I'm not prepared, but it would be fun. So Lamia works on teaching her husband to survive without my help. Yes. And gosh, that can be a tricky balance because the humans, we need each other. We depend on one another for survival. But life is changing always. And sometimes we're really codependent, like as babies. We're very codependent, and that's not a bad thing. If as an adult, I continue those behaviors, an unhealthy codependent pattern as an adult could create problems that are out of congruence with how I want to live. And so recognizing the ever shifting, changing tide of helping us become more independent instead of codependent, but recognizing we still need each other. So a healthy, independent individual can practice interdependence. Ooh, Awana. Angry Peach, great to see you always. I hope you recognize that I see you, and I'm happy that you're here. Awana is being more aware of her slipping into any of the roles, noticing when others do, and finding more compassion for both them and myself. That is such credible evidence, my friends, that our system can heal. And I think the more we can make space in our psyche to get curious about all 6 roles in ourselves and others. It's not try to shift from these 3 to these 3. It's we all have all 6. Who's on the stage in any given moment? And the through line to watch all of that, I think, is curiosity, compassion, those 8 C's in the self energy. Owana, I know you know about internal family systems and self energy, right? Like the more we can be curious and find compassion for ourselves in the 6 roles as they play out in ourselves and others, because it's hard, the more everything and everyone can play well together. Brent, beautiful, says to create is to tell a story. All the sorrows of life are bearable if only we can convert them into a story. Isaac Dinesen, the author of Out of Africa. That's so true. right? And like storytelling is so deeply embedded in our species, which to me tells us we are all creators. We can all tell a story, and that is what makes life bearable. So, last week we talked about the role of rescuer, and some of the really key takeaways that I got from people was to recognize the rescuer energy inside of us. We will rescue by offering unsolicited advice. We will know that we are rescuing when we're in a frozen state, tense, anxious. We will know if we are rescuing by what we feel in our mind and body. There's a lot more panic with rescuing, and yet helping, which is different than rescuing, will have more peace. And one of the other things I noticed over this past week is recognizing I can guarantee myself I've been in too much rescuer mode for too long if I'm resentful. I'm resentful of all the people that aren't appreciating all that I do because I'm acting as rescuer. I'm giving way more than what is needed without asking, and I keep doing it. And so resentment is a number one indicator for me that rescuer has been operating too long. Can you relate to that? Do you do that? It's not shameful, my friends. It's a role. It's a character. We all have it. If it's predominant in our lives, the system will try to correct itself by giving you indicators of something's off. Like on your car, there's a dashboard with lights going off. So the lights for rescuer, who people can relate, rescuer, tense, panic, frozen statue, anxious, offering unsolicited advice, resentful. That is very often rescuer energy. Solomia can relate, and Angry Peach can relate because it's one of her parents 100%. And that was one of the other things we talked about last week is how these roles get embedded in our nervous system program, right? The operating system gets embedded very young, and it can take a lot of work and time as an adult to overcome it. Owana can relate more to that than she wishes. Yeah, raise your hand if you would agree. My name's Renee Owana. I agree with you. And Solomia doesn't like that role. And I would agree with you. And I do like that role if I'm genuinely drowning and I need someone to come and rescue me. My surgeon for my thumb rescued me. I ripped this ligament, grade 3 total rupture. That surgeon was a rescuer for me in that moment. And so there are certain contexts where I think rescuer is wonderful. But if that becomes a neurological habit, and I rescue even when it's not needed, I suffer, the other person suffers, and we, unbeknownst to ourselves, perpetuate our suffering. And that is why there's this invitation to shift to coach. So, Lamia, what do you not like about the rescuer role? I'm curious. And Awana, how can you relate? How does that show up in your world? And Angry Peach, yep, you got that persona from a parent well as well. Angry Peach, how does that show up for you now in your mind and body, right? These program systems get installed in the operating machinery of our nervous systems when we're really young. And you almost have to become an IT professional of your own hardware system and learn how to recode new programs like Coach. So I'll give you all a minute to respond because I love the engagement here. When I reflect on last week, one of the other themes was that rescuing other people doesn't work. I need to rescue myself. I'm switching out my drinks. I've got 3 here. I like choices. This is water with a little hydration electrolyte boost. This is my morning smoothie. And this is just straight up water with some squirrel stickers on it. Choices, choices. Owana, when she's running in the rescuer role, she feels resentment and depleted. If you can relate, recognize this, and please invite compassion for yourself. This is nothing to be ashamed of. We all have it in our operating system as humans. When we're aware, when we have knowledge, we can begin the work of creating new programs and accessing new choices. Angry Peach. Ooh. These roles are so sneaky. Angry Peach says she has hidden standards of others. Yes. When I'm being altruistic or helping. Oh, that is just a setup for fury. I absolutely can relate to the probably I don't think I know how deep that runs in me as a professional in helping for 20 years. The fire of that resentment is a big one, Angry Peach, that I can relate. Oh, Brent, this makes my heart so seen and sad at the same time. The rescuer can permanently alienate the person needing rescuing, right? When we rescue another, i- or even the victim in ourselves, we are subconsciously communicating. I actually don't really believe in your system. I don't really believe in its capacities, in its indwelling resilience, in its ability to heal. So, therefore, you need me, which fills my own unmet need of being needed. And it's a viscerally to me gross thing that I do and have done because it's actually out of alignment with my true desire to help and support people and to receive help and support. Rescuing when it's not needed is not helpful or supportive. And one of the beautiful things that people last week said is, I've stopped rescuing other people. I need to rescue myself. And I love that. And I also challenge or offer up another perspective. First of all, have you rescued yourself? Put it in the chat. Have you rescued yourself? Because you deserve an award. You deserve 10,000 gold stars for how hard that is. And not everybody's willing to do it. And I commend you. I applaud you. Take a shot, ninja, to the hard work of rescuing yourself. There's my shot, my friends. God, I wish we were at a bar drinking together. I bet that would be fun. Whatever it is you want to drink. No, Angry Peach has not rescued herself. That's okay. I think there's so many paths to healing. There's no one right way. In fact, your blueprint for healing is installed in you, and you're the one that knows it best. But sometimes you do need outside eyes. And by sometimes, I mean pretty much everybody always at some point needs outside eyes to access the blueprint for healing within themselves. Boom, 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 boom. There's a thought that I have about rescuing myself that I want to get to. Nicole loves kombucha and milk kefir shots there at her place. I literally have 3 drinks that I'm drinking right here, right now. A Swiss flag, a little embarrassing sticker, but it's fun and creative about squirrels giving one another a hug, and my thing. So, Solomija. So, cheers to you, Nicole. I got to decide which one I want to drink right now. So, Lamia, when someone asks for a help for my time, if they can do it themselves. Mm, sometimes I don't understand what is being said. Um, I think what I hear from that, Solomia, feel free to expand a bit more. But if somebody can do something for themselves, let them. If they need support, trust that they will ask. Or ask them, do you need help? Because that's what a coach does is they ask questions. They're curious. Okay. So here was my thought about rescuing ourselves is a good thing to do. And I think on some level, it can keep us stuck in a victim rescuer set of circuits within ourselves. If I have to rescue myself, I'm reinforcing that there's a victim in myself. Probably is. We all have places of hurt, but we do want to support those places of hurt victim to heal, right? There's the victim moment of injury and then a victim mentality that can come from that. The victim moment needs fierce compassion. The victim mentality does need coaching to help the nervous system learn it is, in fact, not helpless and powerless, and it does have the ability to do things. And so, this idea of activating your inner coach to coach your inner rescuer and inner victim, I think is a cool shift in I need to rescue myself, good on you. And then the next step, can I coach my own rescuer? Can I coach my own victim? Can I coach others, which also helps me heal, and vice versa? Nicole, specifically, you talked last week about saving yourself with you and all your cups. What do you think about that thought? What does anybody think about that thought? Yes, step one, rescue yourself. And then step two, can you let your inner coach your inner rescuer to help you expand out of that triangle? I know for me, when I've rescued myself, I'm inadvertently keeping myself in those three roles and not getting out into a more expanded six role life. Um, yeah, Nicole said learning and realizing that I have survived was the most impactful. Right? These frozen victim circuits inside of us are literally perceiving the world with the neural expectancy that they are going to die in any given moment, right? Like somebody leaves the room, my primal brain's like, oh my God, I'm going to die because I just got abandoned. That is real perceiving from that real place of nervous system circuits. I can rescue them, but I also feel there's value in coaching those circuits that once upon a time I did think I was going to die because people abandoned me, but I'm now a halfway to 90-year-old woman and I'm probably going to be okay if that person leaves the room. Um Owana, would you mind sharing an example of rescuing yourself? I bet Nicole has one because she was really the one that said that. I could probably come up with one. Give me a second. I definitely must have done it, but I'm struggling to recognize it. I think, yes, I can think of a relationship that I was in where the undercurrent of it was a lot of powerlessness. It was when I first got my dog. And oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't do this. And so I was started a relationship with this gentleman, and we were together for about 5 months. And I got the support that I needed to raise the puppy for the first 5 months, but it came at a cost to me and my well being with some standards in relationship where he was behaving in ways that ultimately weren't okay with me, that re-traumatized me and activated this helpless victim. And I rescued myself by getting out of that relationship and ending it. And it was a lot of chaos, a lot of trauma drama, and really, really gross. And that's actually an interesting example. And of course, all of that affects my physical body. Let's really remember all of these circuits affect our physical body. So I compare that to another relationship that ended recently where I realized, oh, I'm doing a little bit of the rescuer energy again. And I thought about the coach inside of me and I asked myself questions. And that's an example of how I ended that relationship differently because I had the coach online asking myself empowering questions, which is what we'll get to. I have a whole list that I'm going to share. How do you activate your inner coach as opposed to staying in the rescuer to rescue your own victim, but to coach your own rescuer and victim? I hope that makes sense, Oana. Let me know. Solomia meant don't ask for rescue when I'm rescuing myself. Yeah, right? Like as we empower ourselves and rewrite the codes of our nervous system, as we change the programs, we can give ourselves credible evidence that we are indeed not powerless. We are indeed not helpless. We are indeed capable of more than we thought. And that builds confidence, which is a self energy characteristic. And then the need to be rescued sort of slips away. That's how like a healthy system works. Like when we're hungry, we eat. When we're no longer hungry, we stop eating. When we have an unmet need, we're hungry to get it met. And once that need gets met, we stop looking to get that need met. I've never made that analogy before. I hope that makes sense. It's probably worth flushing out in my own mind a little bit more. But everything underneath the rescuer, the victim, the persecutor, it's all unmet need. It's all unmet need. And the more we can get curious about what's the unmet need and meet it for ourselves and with the support of safe people, then the hunger for that unmet need goes away because we have fulfilled the need. And then the natural drama, trauma, chaotic stuff in that disempowered triangle, it starts just going away because there's no fuel for it to create a fire from anymore. Nicole says that shifting perspective has been very powerful for me. Not always easy, but I ask myself, where are my feet? Where is my seat? And then I take a big, deep breath and I do that until I can calm down. And that right there, I don't have a pen. I'm going to find a pen because I'm not powerless and helpless. And I'm going to write that one down. That's a wonderful coaching question that you can ask myself. Where's my seat? Where's my feet? Where's my breath? Okay. A few other comments, and then we'll get more into creating a more bit of, hopefully, a lot of clarity around the coach and how you can activate it in your life. Where is your seat right now? Where is your feet? Where is your breath? That brings your attention and awareness back to the present moment, which lets you tap into more capital S self energy, curiosity, creativity, compassion, confidence, connectedness, calm, clarity. There's two others. It's okay. Just the more we get present, the more we can access those circuits of our own presence and essence. Angry Peach might not be 100% related to this subject, but could you please explain the process of re-traumatization? I'm going to take a note there and I'm going to come back to that for sure. Because I have a very present example I can give to that. So I will come back to that one, Angry Peach. It's a great question. Does the trauma land the same on the original wound? Can it land softer or harder? All of the above is what I'll say for now. So when a present day circumstance opens up a past event that hasn't been healed or completed in its stress cycle, it's like a nervous system memory. Okay, apparently I'm going there now. When I was 11, my mom was 47, and on a Sunday night, she left the house for the last time in an ambulance. She had a brain aneurysm that proved fatal. So Monday mornings historically have been challenging for me because it's like my body remembers Monday morning, I don't want to wake up to this new reality. It's through a process called chronoception, right? We have nerve receptors, sensors that measure the passing of time. And somehow Monday mornings seem to be remembered in my nervous system, and they've historically been really hard. I've healed a lot of that trauma, and most Monday mornings now I'm fine. But just this morning, my alarm went off, and about 2 hours later, I got out of bed because I had such a massive freeze response this morning because of a little or a lot of re-traumatization. My aunt passed away over the weekend, which is what it is, and it's like my body remembered, "Oh, somebody I love left." And it's a Monday morning. And so instead of going to the gym, I stayed with my own freeze response and coached myself and supported myself with self energy. And so that was a beautiful healing of a re traumatization. And so it landed softer for me because I've trained my system to be able to show up for the traumatized circuits within me. But in the case of that ex-boyfriend, that re-traumatization, that reminder of being abandoned landed way freaking harder. It like you can hear it in my voice. My neck just got tense. It hurts literally right now in my throat because I didn't have as many skills at the time and I wasn't receiving the support that I needed. And so support is an unmet need. And I was perceiving abandonment. And because I didn't have support with the breakup of the ex-boyfriend 2 years ago, the re-traumatization landed harder. This morning, it landed softer because I did have support. So is the unmet need getting met is ultimately does the trauma get better or get worse? I hope that makes sense. I think it did, at least to me. Woo, who knows? Okay. So when Nicole gets present, okay, wait, Angry Peach, I just want to close one more loop. Does the wound go away or are we at fate's mercy to maybe re-experience the same trauma again? I think it depends on if the need gets met or not. Absolutely, it can heal. This is the nervous system. Anything is possible. Wounds can heal. The deeper they are, the wider spread, the longer it takes, the harder it is. And I'm open to being wrong on that. Miracles happen. So anything is possible. Um, and I hold a lot of hope for that. Okay, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole's you've learned how to coach yourself through healing, right? Where's my seat? Where's my feet? And that helps you to see more clearly the situation that's going on around you. Some situations are supreme crappery. I'm sure many people can relate. And then she does a vagus nerve reset until she can have a different mindset of it. It doesn't get better than that, folks. Whoa, shit's amuck. How can I be present and kind and compassionate? Let me find my seat, feet, breath. Let me do a reset because that will bring about the clarity for me to create a new perspective and a way to see this here. And she liked what she said, what I said about last week. If you're okay with everything, then everything's okay. And that's beautiful. If you are okay with everything, then everything is okay, including not being okay. Sometimes shit's not okay, right? Sometimes I'm not okay. Sometimes you're not okay. And that is okay. There's nothing shameful about that. It's what life does. And the more we can support one another and get our needs met in healthier and healthier ways without judgment around that, the easier and better things go. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of comments here. EMDR, wonderful, life-changing, super helpful. And the active ingredient to EMDR is pairing the stressful material with a relaxation response. So technically, you could do EMDR all day, every day, if you stay relaxed in your body while facing the stressful material. And that's been the most magical thing for me about EMDR. It's wonderful, life-giving, really changed my life in a lot of ways to have the support of a therapist to reorganize the chaos between my right and left brain, and then developing the skill set and the reps and the practice, being a ninja of my own nervous system and being able to stay more and more relaxed, calm, and present in the face of the stressful life material. I bring the healing of EMDR out of a therapy session and into my life more and more. Oh, Salamia, thank you. I'm a very serious coach today. It is a difficult subject, and it's not always fun. The more I can shorten the distance between tears and laughter, keep it light, keep it real, the better. So, Solamia, thank you for your words. Brent says my story suggests the idea that grief stays within us in the background and can return with traumatic triggers. Absolutely. And it's like a wave. It can come forward, it can go back, it can recede. And the more I can remember that everything ends, including this shit moment, I can ride the waves a little easier. Okay. So Awana says she's still wrapping her mind around how to rescue yourself and coach yourself instead. And please hear me. I'm not saying rescuing yourself is bad. I think there's a step after that, right? Like it's good to lift 10 pounds and then after that comes 15. So let's talk about how to use the inner coach. I'm going to reference a couple things here. The first one is this lovely white paper resource support from thepowerofted.com. If you want a copy of this, you can email me, but I do want to give credit to David Emerald for creating this lovely distinction of victim, persecutor, rescuer can shift into creator, challenger, coach. So when you're a victim, you're reacting and you move into creator, which is choosing. And now we're talking about rescuer, which is telling, to coach, which is asking. Boom. I ask you, can you take a breath right now? Find your seat, find your feet, open up your curiosity and expand and listen to these statements that I make. How a coach has thinking, feeling, and behaving. And I'm going to say these thoughts out loud first that are characteristic of a coach, and notice what happens inside of you, your mind, your body. And maybe consider noticing where you already do this in your life to tickle up your inner coach. The thoughts of a coach, my thoughts. People are resourceful and creative. When you hear those words, does that feel true in your body? It's okay if it does, it's okay if it doesn't. People are resourceful and creative. That is a thought of a coach. Another thought of a coach: I trust others and their abilities. Does that ring true or does that not? I have an inner persecutor right here going, nope, 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 nope. Don't trust people. They suck. You're not creative or resourceful. It lives here, which interestingly enough, historically, I've had a lot of pain here. Toby notices that those thoughts are empowering. Absolutely. The empowered triangle. And I believe it too. There are places in my body that believe people, you are resourceful and creative. Solomia, yeah, mostly not. Don't relate. You're not in good company, right? My inner persecutor who lives right here would agree fully with you. And both are true. Which one we give attention to and how we give attention creates either more or less of the coach within ourselves. Next are the feelings of a coach. Notice your body, notice what happens. A coach that is embodied has the feelings of compassionate, engaged, right? So compassion is the feeling of a coach, and engaged with life is the feelings of a coach. Fulfilled and reflective are feelings that go with the role of coach. Being supportive and not attached are the feelings of a coach. What do you notice in your mind or body when you experience coach? You might have some, you might have none, you might have a lot. I see it in Nicole and Brent's comments about compassion is new to Nicole, but she's watched herself from the stands for a long time and she's found it fascinating and insightful. That's very engaged right there and reflective. And Brent also has some reflective thoughts here about how the person we love can depart through death or breakup, but the relationship continues in our hearts as we grow and change and gain perspective. That's a reflective coach right there. Owana has the word magical, right? Describing the impact that it has. Yeah, right? Engaged, magical, fulfilled, reflective. That's coach. Oh, Toby says, this is beautiful. All of those feelings of coach resonate very strongly. You're giving us credible evidence here, Toby, that creator, coach, challenger all live inside of us. Sometimes we have to go on an archaeological dig and dig around within ourselves to find these characters, these roles. And when you find an archaeological dig and it's been buried for a long time, there's a lot of dirt on it. Sometimes you got to do the work to clean it up. But you are giving us proof, Toby, that coach lives in all of us. And Owana agrees. She's had some glimmer of these feelings. So, last, thinking, feeling, behaving are three bodies of government in the human system. Behaving, open up your body, your mind, and listen to these behaviors and notice what comes up in you. The coach uses inquiry to help others, not rescue, to help others and themselves, right? So the coach uses inquiry to help others and themselves to develop their own clarity and vision. Do you see my eyes opening up to the coach that lives inside of you? When we use inquiry, we can develop our own clarity and vision, which then the behavior of a coach will continue to empower and develop. Oh, Toby has goosebumps. Beautiful. That's your body saying yes. That's your body having a response to the behavior of coach who empowers and develops. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm noticing that I do that a lot in my own business with the people that I work with. And by the way, if that wants to be you, schedule a free consult because it would be fabulous to meet you. We can do this. The last behavior of a coach, they encourage and provide positive reinforcement. Where do you already do any, some, or all of these things? I bet if you start looking, you'll start finding. So, the homework, the invitation. Toby has already requested this, which is fantastic. Toby, I think I owe you an email because you sent me a good one. So Toby already got the document, and it was amazing. Toby and I had an email exchange about how just recognizing the 6 roles inside of ourselves and starting to watch through life. Wow, it opens up doors for you, my friends, in mind and body. And the more you connect those two, the better you feel in both mind and body. And we all probably still have some pretty strong, clingy victim, rescuer, persecutors that love to hog the stage, right? I do. And so for that, when I'm caught and I know I'm caught and I can't get out, I've developed a list of coaching questions for myself. When I'm stuck or caught in a loop, I will refer to my own coaching questions. And Willene says it, asking questions helps the other identify their own ideas. And I would agree. And when I'm in a victim, rescuer, persecutor, I'm super tunnel vision, hyper vigilant, narrow in access to what I can think, feel, or behave in my mind, body, and life. And so by having this list of coaching questions, it's like, what did you say? I didn't think about that. Oh my God, what? And I can break myself out of the prison in mind and body that the victim, rescuer, persecutor can lock us up in and throw away the key, or so it would like us to believe. So some of the coaching questions, you can develop your own. I should probably make up a list and have this available as a resource to all of you. But for today, I'm going to challenge you to write down your own. I will share some of mine with you. Where is my seat, my feet, my breath? Where is my essence? Where is my presence? Can I connect to a felt sense of that? Take a minute, write that down, or do it. Where is my seat, my feet, my breath? Where is my essence, my presence? And can I connect to a felt sense of that? My friends, that's a great coaching question right there. And if you are doing it now, you might feel a little more peace and a little more calm. And then you're going to look at the world a little different. I'm going to share a few more coaching questions of my own with you. But while I'm doing that, I would like to receive from you. What are some coaching questions that you use or ask yourself? Or another that have worked for you? Willeen, I know you have some. I bet you do too, Nicole, Brent, Toby. Brent, you have a really good one when it comes to grief. Your number one question. Oh, so Lamia, that's the first step in craniosacral therapy. Beautiful, right? So much of this is learning how to take our nervous system from the therapy office into our lives. Like, how do we do that for ourselves and with our community, our support system, our family, our friends, our nature, our pets? So I like to know that that was the first step in craniosacral therapy. Okay, here's another coaching question that I like. Which ones do you have? I want to hear from you. I'll build a little list if you share. Toby feels a lot of energy right now. I think the coach in me happens subconsciously. Yes, because it's wired into us as an innate intent in what I do towards others and myself. Oh, God, how good is it to feel that innate? You're literally connecting to the circuits inside of you that know how to heal your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your social body. Like, you come factory installed to heal, my friend. Okay, Paisley. Oh, good coaching question. Is this my energy? Whose energy is it? Am I able to assist? That's really great. Brent's good question. Oh, God, this one is such a good one. Is there value in your suffering? Yes, that is also going on the list. So thank you, Paisley and Brent. Willeen, what are you focused on? That's a good, wow, I'm focused on how miserable this moment is and how tense my neck is. Huh, that's a good awareness. That shows up right here. What are you focused on right now? Oh, can't change it if you're not aware of it. Wonderful. Thank you for that gift, Willeen. What would you like to have in your life? There's another good coaching question. Angry Peach has a question. What would someone who respected themselves do? Oh, God. I think I just had like the spiritual equivalent of taking a bite of a rich chocolate molten lava cake, Angry Peach. Thank you for that one. I'm really getting a lot from all of you here. What other coaching questions are there? I will share a couple more. Me. What credible evidence can I recall in this moment where I wasn't helpless or powerless? Great analogy, Angry Peach. Thank you. Thank you. What credible evidence can I recall? Can I soak up? Can I remember? Can I reflect on where I wasn't helpless or powerless? That credible evidence piece gives really good fodder for my whole drama triangle to work with, because it's like, the whole reason the victim, rescuer, persecutor are all chaotic is because they're trying to avoid the feeling of helplessness and powerlessness. And the more I reflect on the credible evidence of behaviors where I wasn't helpless, where I wasn't powerless, it quiets them down. Speaking of back to coach, Toby made some callback to this, but what can I appreciate right now? What can I celebrate right now? Many times you go into this mode of GSD, get stuff done. And we're so focused on getting it done and the to-do list and the the things to do that we don't ever actually complete the cycle of productivity because we don't celebrate enough what we did. We finish it, we go to the next item. We finish it, we go to the next item. We finish it, we go to the next item. And we don't celebrate and appreciate. And that shortcut makes the whole productivity cycle take way longer because you're missing the final step of completion of getting something done. So, what can I celebrate or appreciate right now? Okay, there's more coaching questions, but I think what I'd like to do is take some of yours, add them to my list, and create a list of coaching questions. So, if you want that and you've stayed through this long, email me at info@greentreemind.com and I will get that to you when it's done. What are your takeaways today from the coach? How do you coach yourself? Get clear. Carry this around. What are the thinking, feeling, behaving characteristics of a coach? And where do you already do that? Celebrate that. Journal about it. Talk to a friend about it. Type your answers here in the chat. Live, now, or later, because that will help you learn. So, coaches, my nervous system ninjas, we're nearing the end of our time together today. What is your takeaway? What did you receive from today? I get insights every time I preach. I want you to know that I appreciate you greatly for being here because otherwise it would be really boring. If this is helpful for you, please share it and continue to come, like and subscribe to my channel and videos. And know that my inner creator is developing at a pace that I don't even comprehend fully yet. But as I more fully expand my role of characters as I lead my business, my work, my healing in the world, there's more creator coach challenger energy from me coming to you. So look out. More offers are coming. I am going to run a class specifically on these roles, victim, rescuer, persecutor, creator, coach, challenger. These roles, they show up in mind and body. I am going to be probably in June, maybe July, probably June, offering a 6-week course on this, and you can take it 3 weeks at a time. So you can do 3 weeks or the total of 6 weeks. So just know that's coming in the pipeline. I was very excited. Actually, Toby, you inspired that. So thank you. Your creator energy activated mine. Okay, Nicole's takeaway from today is freedom. I am free. Encouragement for myself. Let's just all breathe that in. Are you willing to share in the positive experience of others, my friend? Nicole is sharing a lovely positive experience. Are you willing to share in that experience? It's lovely. Angry Peach's takeaway is that I am a strong person. Well, thank you. I appreciate. Sometimes I'm still not great at receiving from others. So, Angry Peach, I want to tell you honestly, your words make me want to cry in the best kind of ways. So, thank you. Owana learned too much to describe in a comment. She's glad she watched with pen and paper and a heart. Right back to you, Owana. This work is so good. I love it a lot. Toby was focusing way too much on healing the role of victim and need to focus on what I'm actually good at. Wonderful. I got caught in that same cycle for like decades, Toby, so I can relate. Like, let's not try to move from 3 to 3. Let's just make room for 6 and play more with all of them. Angry Peach, it is hard to coach myself, so I'll have to come back to this someday. You don't have to. You can choose to if and when you want to. That's available for you. Nicole says, thank you. I really love this time with you. Thank you. I love it too. Sincerely, again, gonna cry. like the best kind of tears. So Lamia says, thank you. And I thank you too. Paisley takes away that some of her coaching habits you thought were negative were actually positive. Wonderful. Inquiry often seemed like 20 questions when being asked, but appropriate when asking. Yeah, way to go. Brent's going to take a walk later today and see the spring beauty with greater clarity. That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As always, back at you, Brent. Brian says, hearing my last point, I rarely celebrate completion of tasks. Hadn't realized that. Yep, that's my whole focus of this whole year is celebrating more. So let's celebrate a beautiful hour and 5.5 minutes spent together. Please tell yourself that you are enough. Whatever you're doing is enough. You are safe on some level. You are loved on some level, at least by this woman and her sleeping dog. So I wish you a good week. And we will be back next week for Persecutor. And the week after that is Challenger. And then we'll have a wrap up week and know that there's a 3 to 6 week class. It's going to be limited to 12 people. So that's going to be available for you as well. Paisley, I love your acronyms. Love letting our vision evolve. And joy, journey of yin yang. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Slowing down, you are enough. You have survived, and life will be okay again. Much love to you, my friends. See you later, ninjas. Remember that last shot.